Hey guys, in this video I'm going to address a topic that's, a bit, has some debate online, which is how anabolic is Masteron really, okay? Because people, you can look at the anabolic androgenic rating, so it has like an anabolic rating of like 60 or 70, comparable to Primabol, maybe a little bit less, but I'm gonna be here to tell you that it's actually more anabolic than what you think and what the rating actually says, okay? And the reason why it's not generally known for being an anabolic steroid, like as powerful, because let's just be real, it's not as powerful as some things like Deca, okay, or Trenbolone, okay? So it's been classified on more of the weaker side of things. That's one reason. Second reason, it's used for mostly contest prep and cutting, not for bulking stages. But I'm going to be here to tell you that doesn't mean that you can't use it when you're putting on size as well, or strength, because you can. It's just generally historically used as a cutting agent. So that's the other thing. And third, that the research that was done on it was back in the day when it was actually used as a as a legit pharmaceutical. It wasn't for like muscle wasting disorders or anemia and things like that, like some other steroids were used for, or like for putting on size, or like post surgery, you know what I mean, that type of thing, to grow tissue again. So it was used for breast cancer. So a lot of the research that was associated with it wasn't there. There's just not a lot of traditional research on it. But there is a lot of anecdotal, okay, through bodybuilding, like people's experience with it, including my own. That's what I'm going to be here to share with you right now. So I'm going to start by saying that it is like one of the most, if not the most, it's on the top of the safest compounds you can do, okay? So therefore, even though it has a low rating, you can take more of it. Like you can push 400 or 500 with like zero side effects. Meanwhile, something like Trenbolone, you can, once you like maybe go past 100, you're running into potential side effects, okay? A week, 100 milligrams a week. So, Trenbolone might be 5 times more anabolic. It's off the top of my head, maybe even a bit more, but you can take 5 times more Masteron and still have zero side effects, okay? So therefore, it complements your testosterone stack pretty well. Because once you say you do like 400 testosterone around, that's what I do right now, you can add 400 Masteron on top of that, and then the cumulative anabolic effect is pretty damn good. Okay? So in that sense, you can do more of it safely. So therefore, anabolic, it's good. Even though potency of it might not be the same anabolic as some other compounds like Nandrolone, but it's good. It's a perfect to add onto a stack. And then what I do is add a little bit of Nandrolone on top of that too, just for that little extra effect that benefits of Nandrolone has. So that's what I want to get off right off the bat. Second of all, whenever, and this is anecdotally, but whenever I do like start blasting, obviously I raise my testosterone dose up, so this contributes to it, but Masteron's my like secondary compound always. My strength goes like pretty darn quickly. I grow my strength really quick. Like within a week I notice a big difference from the Masteron propionate. Like I can just tell, like before, because generally like testosterone, it takes like a few weeks for your blood serum concentration levels to get up, right? But I'm doing cypionate, but I'm doing Masteron propionate, so that gets in my system a lot quicker, and I notice like within a week I'm a lot stronger. Yeah, within a few weeks I'm ridiculously stronger. Like I'm just over a month into my blast, and strength is considerable more. Now there's that. The second thing is, or I guess I'm on the third thing, is I believe that some people are obviously respond better to some compounds than another. So some of you might respond really well to Masteron. Maybe some of you don't. Okay, so this is kind of there's a genetic variance here, but I think that I am, and I believe that most people will respond well to it. Okay, and responding well is there's going to be great rewards, strength, size, without the negative side effects. Now, what is it? What does Masteron do? It's traditionally known for like cutting because it like dries you out, shrink wraps you a bit, but it makes your muscles, I believe, harder, and as a result, stronger. Okay, it's still an anabolic compound, and I'm going to prove it with right now why it is good. It is an anabolic more than what you think. Okay, because the oral version of Masteron is Superdrol, and Superdrol is kind of one of the king orals for strength and size. Okay, now I know it's different because it's methylated and it's like a different chemical structure, but essentially it's the same thing. I know some of you might be like, oh, it's actually is different. Yeah, I know, but Superdrol is oral Masteron, and it is very anabolic. So therefore, and I don't recommend doing that. I recommend doing just normal Masteron. It's a lot safer. It's not good to tax your body, your liver, and such. But you can run really high doses of Masteron and have like zero side effects. Only positive anabolic effects. Very low androgenic. Okay, so that's why it's anabolic. It's pretty right straight to the point. Obviously, your primary compound is going to be testosterone, which is more anabolic, and then you can do like a third compound like NPP. And to be honest, you don't even need much of that. That's just like kind of the icing on the cake of the NPP. Okay, the NOR19. I wouldn't run a NOR19 as one of your primary compounds because it's just too much potential for side effects like gyno or other things. But a little bit of NOR19 on top of that large amount of Masteron, on top of a decent amount of testosterone, is going to go a long way. A little bit of NOR19 goes a long way. So, yeah, it's just part of the it's just a DHT derivative that you add into your stack, and that's the one I would recommend. A lot of people prefer Primo. Primo's kind of it is very popular these days. It's trendy to do. I've done Primo. I love Primo, but to be honest, I have less side effects from Masteron, being my blood pressure is more manageable, and to be honest, when I was on Primo, and I think there was a bit of sexual dysfunction. Meanwhile, Masteron is the complete opposite. Whenever I'm doing a Masteron stack with testosterone, like it's almost too much sexually. I'm like too much on fire all day, and I believe the little bit of nandrolone increases that as well. So I'm going to leave that there. A lot of people complain Masteron that maybe it flattens you out and things, but if you run enough testosterone, you run some Deca, or like what I do, NPP, or if you really want Trenbolone, I wouldn't go there, but you could hypothetically do that on this stack as well. You're going to see considerable safe gains, and safe is the key. Maybe not with the Trenbolone, but maybe if you did microdosed it. But I'm not even going to go with Trenbolone in this video, to be honest, because I want to keep this in the safe and effective type of lesson. So yeah, stick with maybe a low dose of Deca or an NPP on top of that stack if you want to take it to more a strength and size, put a little bit more strength and size on you. Yeah, but is Masteron anabolic? Absolutely. I'll leave it there, guys. What are your thoughts? What's your experience with Masteron? Leave in the comments section below. All right, peace.